Well, hey, Wrestling Card Warriors, this is Big Pat Ryan, and this is the first of a series that I'm going to be creating. I'm a passionate wrestling card collector, and if you've been on my YouTube channel, you see that I do a lot of openings, but they've all been just my hands. It's time to turn the camera and put it in my face and talk to people the way I know I can. I'd like to first start out this video by thanking Zan Morning from Wrestling with Cards, from becoming a friend, having me on a couple times now, and helping me open my brain and get myself ready to get back in front of a camera. Tony Vella from WrestlingTradingCards.com, great resource that you can use to find any information you want on wrestling cards. Guys that work with them, Chuckster works with Tony. Paul from Canada has a wrestling price guide. You can find those guys all online, Twitter, every social, their websites. But the reason I'm just talking about those guys is because I did a podcast with them, 100th episode for When Worlds Collide. It's a show with Tony and Zan. And there was an idea brought up, and then Zan and I just did an episode of his podcast, and the idea was brought up again, so I figured it's about time to jump on it. I finally got something to put on my door there. A banner from Sam's Town Sports Card Show, Impact Wrestling. A couple weeks ago I was there, autographed by lots that you can see up there. So my idea for a show is the history of wrestling through wrestling cards. I don't know what the title's going to be yet. We'll come up with that as we go, but this is my first episode to just get there. And it's Sunday, April 1st. I figured I'd start at the beginning of the month, 2023. WrestleMania weekend. It is the wrestling weekend. It is so much stuff going on this weekend in Los Angeles. It's absolutely incredible. But I want to talk about the history of WrestleMania. 4 WrestleManias have happened on this day in history, and 2 of them I have some cards from. So I will share those. We'll start quickly with WrestleMania 6. I don't have any cards with WrestleMania 6. The main event was Hulk Hogan against the Ultimate Warrior, and we know that the Ultimate Warrior beat Hogan. He retained the Intercontinental Championship, and he also became the new WWE Champion that day. Pretty cool. Fast forward a few more years to WrestleMania 17, and I've got some history from there. The main event, WrestleMania 17, was a no disqualification match between Stone Cold and The Rock. Now, I have one of the film strips that came from the 2021 Topps flagship that you can see. Let me put this behind it to see if it'll help you see the picture or not any better. See how my camera works? Boom, there you go. The Rock versus Stone Cold Steve Austin. Let's see if we can see it. Oh, yeah, that's pretty good. There we go. The Rock versus Stone Cold Steve Austin. The main event of WrestleMania 17. And it was a fantastic WrestleMania. I've lost my train of thought for a second, but I will keep talking. It's okay. I got a couple more relics from it as well. We also have the first match of the event. It was the WWF Intercontinental Championship match between Jericho and WWF Commissioner William Regal. And I have a Matt relic from that match. I'm going to get my light on here. Let's see if we can make this any better. There we go. So, in that match, William Regal exposed one of the top turnbuckles to throw Jericho's shoulder into it before giving him a double underhook suplex. Jericho attempted the walls of Jericho, had it reversed into a Regal stretch. After Jericho managed to grab a ring rope to break the hold, he retaliated with numerous chops before throwing Regal into the exposed turnbuckle and finishing him off with the lion salt. Oh, we gotta make sure that light doesn't get in there. There we go. Finish him off with the Lion Salt to retain the Intercontinental Championship. So there you go. That is a piece of authentic Matt from WrestleMania 17. There we go. I'm trying to get a good focus. I'm using a steady camera, not my phone camera. So there we go. WrestleMania 17 Intercontinental title match. This ring mat, this little piece here, was used during that match. Now, the fourth match was for the WWE European Championship. And it was Test and Eddie Guerrero. During the match, Test went over the rope, the top rope that was, and got his foot caught between the top two ropes, forcing the referee and Guerrero to untangle him. With the help of his Radicals members, Malenko and Perry Saturn, Guerrero hit Test in the face with the European title championship belt, while the referee was distracted and pinned him to become the new European champion at WrestleMania 17. And again, we have the ring mat that was used during this match. I had a price tag on the back. I'm just peeling it off from the card show I did last week. There we go. Ring mat, WrestleMania 17. Used during it. That little piece of mat is a piece of history. That's what I like about wrestling cards, because we get to talk about history. I'm going to skip ahead. We also had WrestleMania 23, where Cena defeated Shawn Michaels before more than 80,000 fans at Detroit's Ford Field. That was also when Mr. McMahon had his head shaved bald, losing the Battle of Billionaires with Donald Trump. Amazing. Donald Trump in the Battle of Billionaires, WWE Hall of Famer, probably going to jail soon. All right, let's not talk politics on this thing. Let's stick to wrestling card history. So WrestleMania 23, great. I don't have any cards from then, but I also do have an interesting card from WrestleMania 28, the other WrestleMania that was Sunday, April 1st, 2012. It was actually the last WrestleMania that Cody Rhodes wrestled in as a singles wrestler, up until this year, when he is going to be taking on Roman Reigns for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. Well, at WrestleMania 28, Cody Rhodes was defeated by the Big Show for the Intercontinental Championship. There we go, that's not too bad. And this mat relic is from WrestleMania 28 and Cody's last singles match at a WrestleMania, and his loss. Now, will today or tomorrow, we don't even know what day they're going to be main eventing, or if they're main eventing, I'm pretty sure they're main eventing. Will Cody go over tonight? Will Roman Reigns' over 800-day reign finally end? In my opinion, I think it will. I think it's time for Roman to take a little break, for Cody to become the babyface, huge face of the company, because people seem to love him. Was it a wasted opportunity with Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns to battle it out for control of who used to be part of the Shield and to be supreme? I think so. I'm a pretty big Seth Rollins fan, but that's neither here nor there. We're talking about the history of wrestling cards. So I hope that my babbling has been good. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you learned a little bit. This will get better as we go along, because this is my first I'm going to be doing. Not sure if it'll be daily or weekly. Probably weekly. But just going to play it by ear. Going to let it grow organically and see what happens. So, Wrestling Card Warriors, again, you can learn a lot through the history of the history of wrestling through wrestling cards. All you got to do is find the right ones and then check it out and see what you've got. It's an amazing way to reconnect with the past. For those of you that are newer into wrestling, that are younger, that haven't been around as long as I have, and haven't been a fan as long as I have, this is a great way to learn. Man, get your cards, find it out. I've got a ton of relic cards that I'm going to be showing over the course of time doing this. Lots of autographs, and we're going to work on, like as I said, the history of wrestling. I've even got some 1954 Parkhurst wrestling cards that I will do a special episode on. So, again, if you liked this video, make sure you hit like down below, subscribe if you haven't already, and share this on your socials. Please do so. Let's get more people talking about wrestling cards and learning about the history of wrestling through cards. You can find me on Twitter at BB Stiffington. You can find me on Instagram, where I'll be doing a post a day with an autograph on Instagram starting just a little bit today when I get it out there. You can find me on Instagram at the one and only Big Pat Ryan, and also Facebook.com/Big Pat Ryan. You can find me there. But Twitter and Instagram, where I'll be talking about wrestling cards the most. I hope you liked, I hope you enjoyed, I hope you subscribe, and I hope you tune in for more the history of wrestling through cards. This is Big Pat Ryan, Wrestling Card Warriors. Be safe and take care.